All right, guys, just want to welcome everybody to the line tonight. This is Ryan McGinn with MuscleGainingExperts.com and MuscleBuildingDeathmatch.com. And tonight we got the Stair exercise guru, and his name's Virgil Aponte, and he's been kind enough to join us this evening and tell us a little bit about his program and how he uses stairs to get lean, jacked, strong, and get everybody in shape. So, Virgil, thanks for coming on tonight, and welcome to the line. And thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm happy to be here and happy to share and happy to just tell the listeners about underrated fitness tool.
It definitely is, and it's one of the best. I know my email I wrote about Rocky, and that's like my favorite picturing of stairs is when like Rocky's running up the stairs at the end of all his training montages. I love that part.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
if anything made stairs famous, it's Rocky.
I think he made training famous, I think, for the most part.
That's true.
But well, give us your background. How did you get started, and why did you start working out or training in the first place? Where did you begin?
My background in health and fitness started from young. I was just a very hyperactive kid. I was into sports. Growing up, I played baseball, basketball, football, three main sports. A lot of tag, a lot of manhunt. I don't know if you know that game. It's like tag, but like long distance tag. And in college, I played intramural sports. I played organized touch football. A lot of 3-on-3 basketball and organized baseball up until 15 or 16 years old. So I was always into sports, and I still play. I'm a high school PE teacher, and I still play a lot of 3-on-3 basketball. I play a lot of wiffle ball, and I occasionally play softball and touch football. So that's in addition to the stuff I do working out wise. So I've always just been pretty active. And in college, I wanted to become a phys ed teacher, and I was working at a health club while I was in college, and I sort of was introduced to personal training while I was at that health club, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. You get paid to help people exercise, and so out of college, I didn't go right into teaching. I actually started personal training, and I became passionate about personal training and just learning about it, just devouring new information about health and fitness and stuff like that. And it just so it was I was always active, and that's where it all stemmed from. I like being active. I like being just involved in stuff like that. And one of the biggest motivations for me when I was younger was I was really skinny and wanted to gain weight. So I went the bodybuilding route and how to gain muscle and stuff like that. So that was one of my big passions. Now I'm 38 now, and for me it's more important just to move around and keep physically active. I don't want to gain weight, but my goals have changed. But I remember from when I was young, one of the biggest motivating thing was to, gain weight and also improve my sports performance.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And so I assume, so you say you're training now more towards, be functionally fit, not so much, size and strength or...
Right now I don't train for size and strength. I'm usually around 200 pounds, and I'm more interested in general fitness and just and things that are fun actually. That's why I love to play 3-on-3 basketball, especially with high school students, because and also we play pickup games with other teachers and stuff like that. But it's fun for me. It's not it's not a chore like getting on the treadmill and walking for an hour.
Yeah.
You could play 2 hours of basketball and it feels like you just played 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I feel with my bike racing nowadays. It's just I can't get off my bike, so I love it.
Right.
It's
yeah.
better than cardio.
Absolutely. I mean, the people listening, if you find something that you love to do, then go with it. I know everyone has an opinion on what works, but if there's a motivation behind what you're doing, then that's a very important thing. Some people love swimming, some people love running, some people love playing dodgeball, team dodgeball. If it's something that keeps you active, then go for it. And I could imagine how fun BMX racing must be. So.
Oh yeah, I took a little bit of time off, and I just got back into it, and now I'm hooked again. Like I trained for strongman. I did a strongman comp like a couple weeks ago, and I got third in that. And now I'm like, I just want to ride my bike. I'm like an extreme sports kid, so it's definitely my passion.
Yeah, it's definitely about having fun. Definitely about having fun.
So where did the stairs come in? I know reading your book, you got injured and you started using stairs when you got injured.
Yeah, actually that's really where it all started. I mean, I had done some stair training when I was younger. My grandma lived on like the 16th floor. And I would, just, walk up the stairs sometimes instead of the elevator. And I just remember my legs being so pumped up, and I was like, wow, this is cool. This is great for the legs. But that was it. And then in college, I had a mentor, professor. His name was Stuart Levitt. And he was really big into stairs. And he was like, I love stairs because you can't fake it. You if you walk them or run them, you're going to work. And you can sort of weed out the weak. And I was like, he's right. This is, you can't fake this. But that was it. That was sort of my small introduction to them. And for me, like I said, I was into bodybuilding and gaining mass and stuff like that. And I injured myself because I was a chronic overtrainer. And this is back then. And next thing I'm benching 300 pounds. I'm deadlifting 400 pounds. All those big weights, and I wound up injuring myself. And not because bodybuilding is bad or strength training is bad. It's because my approach was bad. I overdid it. And after surgery, after my hernia surgery, the doctor recommended, hey, stay out of the gym for 3 months. And, Ryan, that was like, oh, my gosh, are you kidding me? Torture. Yep. So, like a fool, I decided, you know what, let me go into the school weight room and just try a few things. And just doing some sit-ups, and I pulled my abdominal muscle right around, where I had the hernia scar. And it was a serious pull, the type of pull where, if I bent down, it would just cramp up on me.
Oh.
So now I was, post, hernia surgery with a scar there and a serious abdominal pull. So I could do nothing. I really could do nothing. The only thing I could really do was stationary bike, which I cannot stand. I still can't stand it to this day. So I was at that time. Thing. Yeah, I mean, and I got very depressed. I started gaining some weight. I tried swimming, but it still aggravated, my injuries. So I was like, you know what? I got to find something. So it just so happens I was, visiting a buddy of mine. He lives in a 20-story building, and you have 2 elevators. One of them was out, and I'm waiting for the other one. I was like, you know what? Let me just walk up to his, to his apartment, 19th floor. I get up there. I'm like, wow, I was winded. I was like, the big thing for me was it didn't aggravate, what I was going through. So I was like, you know what? Let me give stair training a try instead of, I can't go to the gym right now. So I just decided to start walking stairs in my buddy's building, and over the course of a couple of months, I got up to doing 140 flights, and it's a 20-story building, so I'd walk up to the 20th floor, just walking. I didn't run or anything like that. I walk up, and when I got up there, I'd just take the elevator down, and then I would repeat that, and before you knew it, I got up to 140 flights, 7 rounds of 20. Wow. And my level of fitness was really high, aerobic fitness. Mm-hmm. But during that time I was able to heal, and I was able to actually, then I was ready to go back to the gym. And now when I went back to the gym, I was like, I don't know if I should go to the gym for, the 5 times a week like I used to do. So what I decided to do was do the gym twice a week, the traditional weight training stuff twice a week, and I was going to keep the stairs twice a week because I really liked what type of aerobic fitness I had, gotten into. So I was like, I want to keep both. And that's what I did. And while I was in there, in the stairs, because I was only walking, once I started to feel better, I started to come up with other things, running upstairs, power development stuff like hops, and then, there's a small park by my friend's building. I started going there doing pull-ups, push-ups, stuff like that. I started bringing bands with me. I started bringing dumbbells with me. So it sort of just became this, hey, you know what, if I wanted to, I could actually do everything in this area, in the stairs. I could train my entire body. And it was around this time where, I know personal trainers, from New York, and I asked a friend of mine, Colleen, about stair training, because I was looking for stuff, on stair training, and there was really not that much stuff, just running and walking them. So she was like, why don't you write about it? You're always talking about it. You're always talking about this new stair exercise. And I was like, you know what? And that's where it was born. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to write about this. And that's where it all started,
And you see, then you kind of took it the next step further after, obviously, everybody heard you preaching about it, so I'm sure you got clients and stuff, and you got people started training with you. Tell us a little bit about what they thought. Like, I mean, how did they react to, like, they hire a personal trainer and you just take them to a flight of stairs? What was the kind of reaction that you got there?
It was the first reaction people gave was, wow, this is tough, and I've trained a spectrum of people. Right now, most of my clients are, my personal training clients are, people that need to lose a little weight, need to lose some fat, older clientele, 40 and older, and, they just want to get more fit, more healthy, and lose weight usually. And, I'll start them through a body weight sequence. Let's say we're in the gym, and then I say, okay, we're going to come into the stairs now, and I'll have them, do 2 to 3 flights, and they're like, wow, this is tough. And so usually, they realize that it's effective, but it's hard work. So they start to see it as another tool that they can use. Whereas most people don't do that. It's usually for aerobic fitness and stuff like that. You throw them on the treadmill or you throw them on a bike. But me, I take them onto the stairs, and it's just something that I love to do. And then we can advance from there.
Definitely. So you started. I mean, you really got into researching stairs when you got into it. Who did you find? Like, I know reading your website, there's a lot of people that you found that did it. Did that strike you as odd, or who were some of like the standouts that you're like, wow, I can't believe he trains the stairs?
The biggest one I would have to say, because the athletes don't surprise me, because you always hear of athletes doing stadium stairs. The biggest one would have to be like Jennifer Lopez and Madonna. Because when I read that, I was like, wow, if they're doing it, and J-Lo, I read, does it with, Jennifer Lopez does it with a 20-pound weighted vest. And,
wow.
I talk about that in the book, and I'm like, wow, that's tough. For her, maybe she weighs, 130 or something, I don't really know, but, for her to strap on a 20-pound vest, that's a lot of weight even for me, and run upstairs, it's, that's impressive. So, And Madonna, I heard, does 50 straight flights at a time. So I was like, wow, that's definitely really impressive. The other people like Alex Rodriguez gets up early to do stairs. The biggest one that I found and I talked about it a lot was Curtis Martin. And Curtis Martin played here for the New York Jets. And he was really big. He would actually write in daily news articles that I credit stairs for my conditioning and my longevity in football. So that says a lot. Where Alex Rodriguez, in the articles I read, he would just say that he does them. Curtis Martin really went out of his way to say, hey, this is big stuff. And he even, during the off season, he would travel to the Santa Monica Stairs, which is a famous set of stairs in California, to do stairs with his trainer or something. So for him to go all the way out there and do that says a lot about how effective they are.
Yeah, definitely. I know the Santa Monica Stairs, those things are crazy. There's YouTube videos of those. And those things, I don't know how many flights there are, but those things look brutal.
It's like, it's supposed to be around 12 straight flights straight. So just imagine walking up 12 flights of stairs where you walk up a flight, you turn back, you walk up to the second, third floor. This is straight up.
Wow.
So that's a lot of steps.
That's just that. I know. I did one of my buddies here. We did. They have like the firemen actually train at this big building in downtown Tampa, and I don't remember exactly how many flights of stairs it was, but I remember the hardest part, though, was coming down, really. Like, I felt more winded coming down than I did going up.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it for me the coming down part is what I start to add flexibility work. I do this exercise called reverse crossover, and basically you're coming down the stairs backwards. You're holding on to the rails for safety, but you come down backwards with a crossover move, and it's great for your hip flexibility. So I try to add something into it coming down. But yeah, I mean, some people like to go down, or some people like to take the elevator down. It depends. When I'm in a high school, we really don't have access to the elevator unless you need it medically or you're in a wheelchair or something. So we have to walk down the stairs. But in my buddy's building where I train, and I bring clients there sometimes. I actually once we get to the 20th floor, we usually take the elevator down and then we start back up, just for safety reasons.
Yeah,
it's more for safety than anything.
Gotcha. So you also trained the Liberty, right?
Yes.
The late Knicks. How did that? I mean, how did the girls react on the stairs?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. They either loved it or hated it, and they loved it for the results, but they hated it because it's hard. And when I was with the team, 2002, we had like a split group at about 13, 14 girls. There was about 6 or 7 that were really hardcore into exercise. Then the rest of them were, not. You had to really push them to get their work done. So you always remember, even with professional athletes, some of them don't care about working out. They love basketball. So that was a big lesson for me. But what our problem was, is at the time, the New York Knicks Training Center was just being built. Okay, this is a brand new training center, Knicks, Liberty, Rangers, and so we were sort of left out of a training facility. So our place to train was at Bally's, which is up the block from Madison Square Garden. And the problem with Bally's was it was always packed, and we were always being bothered by people, because they see professional athletes and they're curious, they want to talk to you and stuff like that. So that was always a sort of a bit of a hassle. And another big problem was conditioning on the road. So I was big into stairs, and Jeff House, who felt stairs were very important. I mean, not stairs, fitness was very important. He said, do you have any suggestions? And I say, have them do stair work when they're on the road. And so we combined stair training with resistance band training, because, as you know, it's real easy to, bring resistance bands into the stairs. You can attach them to doors. You can attach them to the rails. And now you have a super high-end type of cardio that you could do, combined with you want to do pushing, pulling, rotating. You want to do power development work with bands and stairs. And you got a perfect recipe for a professional athlete, and you don't have to worry about going to a gym or scheduling, time to work out. They're in a hotel already, so all they got to do is hit the stairs. So it went over really well with my coach Jeff, who was behind me, but it didn't go over with certain girls who skipped workouts and they would be fined. Because if you skip a workout, especially the bench players, because they actually have to do extra work, depending on the amount of minutes you play.
Yeah.
So I would have to report if they didn't do their workout, and they would get fined. And there was this one girl, Bernadette, from South Africa. She was first of all, she didn't speak any English. She had a translator, and she would just curse me out. And I don't know what the hell she was saying, but she would curse me out. And she'd make me do the stairs because she hated it. And she had to do extra because she was a bench player, and she didn't really get any minutes in the game unless we were blowing somebody out. So it was kind of funny to hear I would talk to the translator and say, "What is she saying?" She goes, "You don't want to know."
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. So, what is give us kind of a sample, actually, before we get into that, when I think of stairs, I think more obviously like running up and down them, for your lower body. Can you give us how do you train the upper body with stairs?
Mm-hmm. That's if there's one complaint about stairs is how do you do that? And the simplest way is to just add body weight exercises. You could, let's say you walk a flight of stairs, and let's say you walk stairs for a minute. okay, in a minute. And then after that minute, what you do is you stop and you could do push-ups. You could do handstand push-ups. You could do some type of core work. Or if you're at a park, if a park is close by, you could do some type of pull-up, on the monkey bars. That's usually how I do it. Another great thing is to bring lightweight equipment with you, either resistance bands, because then you could do your pushing, pulling, and rotating with the bands. Okay, so that's how we've done it, how I do it. Okay, I'm also crazy enough. I wouldn't say crazy, but I just love different tools, bringing kettlebells into stairs, bringing dumbbells if you can into stairs, or bringing a sandbag. And I'm also very big into using a weighted vest. Okay, so those things are going to help you if you're going to do upper body work, whether it's body weight exercises or pull-ups. All those tools can help you. So you're going to have the combination of what you're doing, walking up, running, or hopping the stairs, and then you can just add those other things.
I've heard of people doing like bear crawling up and down stairs. I don't know if you'd practice that at all or recommend it. Or
actually, the wrestling team that I work with, they do that, and I didn't actually come up with that. But I told I was when I met the wrestling team when I first started working at Grand Street campus, I was like, oh, I have these great stair exercises, and they were like, cool. But then they showed me some of the stuff that they do, and I was like, wow, they have some great stuff too. There's a great video on the Shaolin monks on YouTube. If you just type in Shaolin monk stair training, and you'll actually see these little Shaolin monks, 10, 12 years old, and they have to get up this giant stair climb, which takes them 20 minutes, and they on the way down, how I say I got to take the elevator down, these little young monks actually crawl down the stairs.
Oh wow!
So it's a bear crawl downstairs, and it takes them 20 minutes to get to the top, and they have to then crawl all the way down. So you can imagine what kind of what level of fitness these young boys are in. I mean, that's like unheard of level of fitness.
Yeah, you got gravity against you. I mean, and that's like doing handstand push-ups all the way down.
Yeah, and it's just amazing because it's a whole group of them, and I'm like, wow. I was like, wow, because I like you said, I like to research stair stuff, and every now and then I'll just type in who's doing stairs training, and just see what's going on the internet, and definitely, in fact, I'm gonna actually put that on my blog soon because I recently just saw it, and I was like, wow. But bear crawls are great. I don't do them myself. I do bear crawls on a flat floor. I don't personally do them myself, but they're definitely something that you could try. One of my favorite stair exercises that I call the greatest stair exercise of all is buddy carries, and that's basically someone hopping on your back, okay, right over your hips, just like if you're carrying someone. And you just walk up the stairs with them. And the key for that is just to make sure you can carry someone that's not too heavy. So I'm 200 pounds. I carry my wife. She weighs 135 pounds. What I do with her is I simply carry her to the 20th floor. And what I do is I break it up into sets. So let's say the first set I could only go 6 flights. Then I'll, she'll hop off my back and I'll rest for a minute. And then the second set, maybe I'll do 4 flights. And third set, I'll do 3 flights. And I'll just do it until I get to the 20th floor. And it's just a killer conditioning workout. I'm not even sure what type of fitness you're getting, aerobic, anaerobic, but your legs are highly, it covers everything,
Yep.
entire body training.
Oh, for sure. Well, can you give us, and everybody listening, all my people, we'll do 2 things. Like, for one, how do you integrate, stairs into a regular gym program? And another, if you could give a sample stair workout that, maybe one from your book, if you don't mind, probably one of the harder ones, because I know nobody likes to do the easy stuff, so everybody likes to jump to the brutal hard workouts, and that's kind of the fun stuff. So. All
right, we'll get it rocking. So, what was the first thing you wanted? I'm sorry.
First, for the people that are actually in the gym and they're doing following a 3 or 4 day a week program in the gym. How can they integrate stairs without hindering their performance in the gym?
Right. Well, a lot of people ask that question. That's a great question. What you want to do is, if you want to keep, let's say you're doing a traditional gym program, all right. So what stick to the strength training part, all right, and then anything you're doing cardio-wise, treadmill, stairmaster, spinning, just flip that for the stair training. Okay, so because stairs are excellent for cardio. Okay, even if you just walk them. Okay, and if you do that, you don't want to overtrain. So if you're at the gym 4 days a week, you may not want to add stairs, twice a week. Take one day out of the gym and then add stairs. So because you also want to think about recovery and not overtraining. It's also excellent for interval training. So whatever you're doing your interval training with, let's say you're using an exercise bike for interval training or a treadmill, do that in stairs. So you have your traditional strength training stuff twice a week, and then come into the stairs twice a week and simply do interval training. For those that don't know, interval training is basically sets of very hard work with sets of very little work or rest. So you could run up the stairs for a minute and rest for anywhere from 1 to 2 or 3 minutes, or when you're ready to do another very hard set.
Awesome. That's hard too. that sounds a lot easier when you're not doing it.
And yeah, it's the key is going out there and experimenting. Most of the time, whoever I start with, it's just walking up the stairs to see what we got, and then if I feel that they're comfortable walking up the stairs, it's actually picking up the pace a little bit, and not even running, and then seeing what we have, seeing how they feel, and then after that, it's picking up the pace again. So now you're actually running up the stairs, okay? And it's just one step, and then after that, it's picking up the pace a bit. And then after that, you can graduate to 2 steps, and some people graduate to 3 steps. And you have certain people that, very tall people can even, actually, no, not 4 steps. 4 steps is usually too much. So, usually running up the flights of stairs every 3 steps is highly advanced.
Definitely. And onto that, let's say somebody just wanted to do all stairs, like they just wanted. What's a killer, full body workout that you can give them?
Okay, let's go with 1 minute intervals. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna run up the stairs as hard as you can for, I would say, 40 seconds to a minute. Okay, usually by the time you get to a minute, your legs are gonna feel like they're ready to go. So once you finish that minute, take a rest, okay? Take a 1 minute rest. After that 1 minute rest, you're going to do an upper body exercise, whatever it is. Let's say we start with push-ups, okay? Okay, once you finish those push-ups, you're going to rest 30 seconds, and now you're going to sprint again for 40 seconds to a minute. And you keep doing that all the way till, let's say, you get to the 20th floor. Just repeat that. If you're not dying after that, you're Superman. Another favorite, which I love, is just good old buddy carries. Like I said, I call it in my program. There's a video just on buddy carries because it's that effective. Even if you carry someone that's like 100 pounds, just walking up the stairs, it's gonna improve your strength, your conditioning, your calorie burn after your workout. You really have to try it to actually see the benefits of it. The only other way to get that is to probably go get yourself a very heavy weighted vest.
What brand do you recommend for that? I know those can be kind of pricey.
Yes. Now I have like every weighted vest out there because I just like to try the different ones.
Yeah.
And so for very heavy weight, like fireman type weight, firemen love the X vest because you can go up to 84 pounds. Okay. Now I have a 84-pound X vest, and I've not used 84 pounds yet. And I would consider myself advanced, so that's a lot of weight. But if you can't work with a partner where you're going to do buddy carries, then that will be your next best choice. It's getting a heavy weighted vest. Or you could use heavy dumbbells. The only thing with that is it's hard to hold them. When you do a buddy carry, that on your hips, their legs are secure over you. It actually works really well. It's a very easy exercise to do, but very you get so much effort out of the person that it's just that valuable. I've taken wrestlers, and wrestlers are in amazing condition. Especially high school wrestlers, because they don't get tired. They're just in an amazing condition, and I've got them to the point where they're just no, that's it, no more, no more buddy carries.
Yeah.
It's just that effective.
What weight do you? If somebody's going to use a weighted vest, I assume they could probably use a weighted backpack or something of that nature. Have you tried that?
Yeah, before? Absolutely. Weighted anything. A lot of high school kids, they see my weighted vest, and some of them are $100. Some of them, the X vest is, I think I paid $250 for it. And I simply tell them, you don't need this. It looks cool. They call me 50 cents. I'm wearing this like weighted vest. It looks like a bulletproof vest. But it is expensive. So I tell them, no, you can use a backpack, throw some weights in there. You can use a heavy coat. Anything that just slows you down and makes you work harder is fine. And remember, the concept of weighted vest training, also, it's just, even if you add a little bit of weight, it's going to make a difference. Even if you add just 5 pounds, it's going to make a difference.
Yeah, that definitely.
So you could definitely,
What about things like ankle weights, anything like that? I've never really been a fan of those. I don't know if you've tried them or.
I never really tried ankle weights. I just never felt comfortable doing them. Although I've gotten that question hundreds of times, and I actually probably should even try it just to do a video on it and talk about it. But the key is to try it. Give it a try, see how it feels, see how your body reacts. And, just like anything else, if you're going to try it, start off light, err on the side of caution, and see how your body responds. And then go from there, One different thing when it comes to stairs and running, you're going to get a lot more impact as far as what's going through your joints. So if you use ankle weights when you run, it's going to be tough on your body. Now, if you're just walking upstairs with ankle weights, you're not going to get jarring impact to your body unless you're actually running up the stairs. So, just think about that. And the key is experimentation, but just err on the side of caution and see how your body responds.
Definitely.
The weighted vest thing is just it just flows really naturally. It feels right. You don't have aches and pains, and I've seen so many people do it from high level wrestlers who are very conditioned to people at my fitness camp who are just general fitness people.
I know. Excuse me. They have. I don't know if you've tried, but I know it's Lifeline. Don't they make those bands and stuff too that you can. I think they'd be a little cheaper for people other than weighted vest. I know money's
absolutely
tight for people, so I don't know if you've ever experimented with those too.
Oh, I love bands. Bands are awesome because one of the things about weighted vests, kettlebells, dumbbells, they're heavy. So but as a personal trainer, we just like to have these things. But the average person who, let's say, travels on the road or wants to do stairs in their apartment, they may not want to carry all that stuff. They may not have no interest. But bands, first of all, they're very inexpensive. You can get bands for dirt cheap. They're durable. They're actually pretty durable. I have bands sometimes for 2-3 years. And they can knock you out. John Hines is actually a guy who uses band training a lot for vertical jump training and fitness. And if there's some bands that he uses where it comes with a belt and you attach the band to the on your belt and then on your ankle, and then you attach another band from your waist to your wrist. So now when you're walking up the stairs or running up the stairs, you have resistance pulling you all different ways on your body. So besides going up the stairs and going against gravity, you have these bands you have to actually improve your strength just to overcome the bands pulling down on you. So for very little price, you can get one of those get-ups and you're good to go. you have now you have something that can actually add resistance to just walking upstairs or running upstairs or hopping, and very, very, economical, very lightweight, and very portable.
Yeah, I actually I've used most of John's stuff because I went to his CNT course. I took his CNT level
Okay,
1.
I took his course too. Actually, I hosted his course here in New
awesome,
York.
man. That's cool. Yeah, that was one of the certifications I got. Where I mean, it meant something to me so much because I actually flew to Wisconsin, got the certification, and it was like, I mean, it was hell. Like, it was 3 days, and he beat me up because, I was a bigger guy, and I come in there and I'm like, oh, you're not going to beat me up with body weight and bands. And he felt the need to make an example out of me for sure, which is fun because I believe the one that it's a portable power jumper. I know that's one of them. That if anybody listening wants to purchase that, it's lifelineusa.com, and it's called the portable power jumper.
And that's absolutely.
I'm looking at it on my computer right now. I don't know get a price for it. I know this thing's awesome too. It's it's $49.95. So I mean, that's definitely a good investment for anybody if they're really into taking stairs to the next level.
And they're durable. They last forever. They and
so
awesome piece of equipment.
Give us a little rundown about your Ultimate Stair Exercises program. Like what do people get with it? If you don't mind, give us a little breakdown of what's included for the price and what kind of results people have seen from using it.
Well, it's basically what I did is first thing when I first did this stair, I just put everything down into an ebook. Because there's some stuff that people like jargon, what's a flight of stairs, what's a step, what do I call a round? Because when I started, I was going up to the 20th floor. I would call that a round. Some people call it a set. So that's what I start with in the ebook. And then, one thing that I wanted to give people is to break the program into different aspects like aerobic fitness, anaerobic fitness, power development, flexibility. So, this is what you could do in the stairs, and I broke it down into those categories. And then I also broke it down into a category, what else can be done? Because, what about if you don't have 20 flights? What about one flight of stairs? What about one step? So I talk about that in the book. Of course, I also include a frequently asked questions because, people have questions all the time. And then I also included what else you could do with stairs, what equipment you can add. What about dumbbells? What about bands? What about using a weighted vest? I talk about that. And then, of course, workouts. People like to actually see workouts. So I included 20 different workouts in the book. And then after I did the book, I decided, I definitely want to video all this stuff because, some people are visual, reading it in a book. And, it has pictures and stuff, but if you actually see it, like, oh, I could do that. Oh, I get it now. And so I put together all the different videos of the exercises, and you can see the videos. Actually, I'm performing the video, so you actually see how a crossover forward looks, or running up the stairs looks, or doing eccentric hops on giant steps. What is that? So and the videos are online. So if you buy the product, you get the videos online. And actually, if you go to the website now, I actually put 3 videos up for everyone for free, so you can actually see what I do in the stairs. And I started with a beginning video and an advanced training technique. That way, you sort of get both, because some people are beginners and some people are advanced. That's just how it is.
Yep. Most everybody just wants to do the advanced stuff. And I know that's how I am. I'm like, I'm not no beginner. Even if it's the first time I've done something, I'm like, I'm an expert.
No, that's so you always want to cater to both types of people. And there's things that other stuff that I included. There's things that go really great with resistance with stair training, and that's band training. So I included an ebook by Dave Schmitz, who's a band training expert. He's a physical therapist, and he offered this resistance band training ebook, which is great. It's ties in excellent with stairs. And I also Josh Henkin that gave me his power sandbag workout, which is also great with stair training. And another thing I love besides stairs is hill sprint training, and because they're very similar, running up stairs and running up hills. And I interviewed a guy who did a whole program on hill sprints. His name is Tim Koppinen from Wisconsin, and I actually recorded the interview that I did with him, and he also sent the actual hill sprint workout that you can check out. And then also I also included a no gym necessary body weight workout guide, and basically it teaches you the basic body weight exercises you can do, and you can do these in the stairs or you can do them anywhere. And I also included the videos because people like one of the big things with stairs is, how do I train my upper body, how do I train my core? Well, if you combine stairs with regular body weight exercises, you're going to have everything you need. And so I threw those videos in because I think that's important. That way, you can just combine everything. And it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you seem like you get a lot of information there. But it looks like reading through it, you lay it out. I mean, video 1, video 2, video 3. It's all pretty self-explanatory. It's really easy to digest. And definitely, it's cool that you had it in the hill sprints because I know. Well, I live in Florida, so we have no hills. I get excited for. I bought Herschel Walker's Guide to Basic Training off of Amazon, and that's all he did was hill sprints. And hill sprints, push-ups, and pull-ups, and he was doing like 1,000 push-ups a day. It was insane. And I started doing that program, and then I got to the hill sprints, and I was like, wow, I don't have a hill.
Well, you can use stairs in that case.
Exactly. That's where they come in handy for sure. Well, I know you train a lot of people. What's some of standout results that people have gotten stand out? Like this lady lost so and so amount of pounds. Give us some of your extraordinary success stories there, if you don't mind.
The biggest success story is someone actually that I didn't train personally. There was a woman I used to work with over at Bushwick High School. She was, maybe 200 pounds, and her ideal weight would be, I would say, the 140s. And she was, complaining to me, I don't have time. I just don't have time to exercise. I have 2 kids. I go to school, and I was like, all right. So, what about doing stuff at home? And she was like, no, it's my kids, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, just talking to her, trying to find out some information on how could I help her because she wasn't into getting personal training. She just wanted some advice. And then I found out she lives in a 25-story building. I was like, oh, that's it. You never have to buy a treadmill. You never have to buy anything. All I want you to do is one thing. Stop taking the elevator. And she's like, are you crazy? She lived on I remember the 6th or 7th floor or something, low. And I was like, what you're going to do is you're going to get to the point where you can walk up to the 25th floor and then take the elevator down, okay? So, she goes to the stairs, and, we would just have conversations at school about this. She goes into the stairs, climbs up 2 flights, and she's dying. And, she was, maybe 50, 60 pounds overweight and, not very sedentary, okay? So, I was like, okay, cool. What you do is walk up a flight, 2 flights, you feel tired, take a break. Try it again, okay? Just your goal is to practice using the stairs instead of the elevator. And when you get to 25 flights and you can, do that, just talk to me, all right? And I'll tell you where to go from there, all right? So it was sort of, not personal training in the sense that I was there, but just some consulting. And, it took about 3 months. And, she got up to the 25th floor. And she, at that point, she lost maybe 10, 15 pounds. Not a lot, but she was actually trying it. And I say, what you really want to do is just, forget about the elevator, carrying your groceries up the stairs, all that stuff. And then, in doing that, I sort of started to mix in, okay, now what about your diet? Okay, what about how you're eating? Because, you're busting your butt, getting better at stairs. Over the course of a couple of months, you're up to climbing 25 flights, so you're eating better, And she was like, no, I do this. No. So then she started to make modifications with that. And another 3 months passed by, another 10 pounds come off, So now she's down about 20 pounds, and besides just doing the stairs, she's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna start walking, walking more. And I was like, hey, absolutely. Now you got the stairs. You could just throw that in. It doesn't take any time because remember, I wanted her just to fit it in her day. So when she goes into her building, instead of just taking the elevator to her apartment, go up the stairs and then go into your apartment. That could just take 5-10 minutes for anybody. So now she starts walking because she's seeing that, hey, a little stair work, a little tightening up on the diet. Hey, let me start adding some walking here. Now she's starting to walk to work. Not to work. She was actually walking to the train and just adding more walking a day. Next thing you know, a little bit more weight comes off. She's down about 25 pounds, and she tells me, you know what? I think I'm going to try the gym. I was like, definitely try the gym. Definitely, So she signs up for Lucille Roberts. And next thing you know, now she's down 30 pounds. And the last I saw her, she was down about 45 pounds. And, from her mindset of thinking, I don't have time, I have kids, I have school, to, just seeing some results from stairs, she got to walking, she got to eating better, and she even wound up joining a gym. This was someone who was telling me I don't have time for anything. But when, people, that she was basically making an excuse before even starting. Yeah. And now, I just said, little by little, she started, adding fitness in her day, and she started seeing some results. And, when people see results, they start to think, oh, man, what can I do to improve these results? And, that's how it happened. So, stairs was just, something that I knew could help her, because it was right in her building. So, that more important than anything was was big because, it got all the excuse BS out of the way. There's a lot of excuse BS. We're good at making excuses. But, when you make excuses for yourself, you sort of, put yourself, further away from the solution. If you start to see where there's, answers, then, excuses stop popping up.
That is true. And did you see anything, crazy with a lot of your athletes? Was there like a transformation just from stairs? Like, was there any guys that just got signed to the NFL or something because they did stairs?
Is there any what?
No, have you had any standout athletes, like kids that just went above and beyond and, got scholarships or anything like that? Or?
One athlete I worked with, his name is Dylan Betances. He was drafted by the New York Yankees. Okay, and I did a lot of stair stuff with him, although I wouldn't say that was the only. I throws 97 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But when I remember when I was working with him, and he was a student at Grand Street campus, and I worked with him in his senior year, and I would do a lot of stair stuff with him, just because he needed work on balance and stability, and that's some exercises that I knew could help him that was specific to stairs. Okay, so definitely, I know that was important, but I don't want to put it just on stairs. He's just one of those gifted individuals, and before I met him, he was throwing 96 miles an hour on the junior Olympic team. So I don't want to say stairs was it for him, but it's just. When I worked with the Liberty, it was something that helped us stay in peak physical condition, and something we had to do out of necessity, and we got results from it conditioning wise. If we had the New York Knicks training center, will we have used stairs? Probably not as much because we had a brand new fitness center, and we probably would have done stuff in there. But I like to look at it, I love stairs, and I think they're super viable, but I'm also understand that it's just a tool, If you bring me to Florida with no buildings and no stairs, then I'm going to find something else, I'm going to find a rock that we can use to get in shape. It's just another fitness tool, but I will say this, it stands up there with all the other fitness tools, and it's highly underrated. It's almost like the jump rope. I don't see why. a lot of people should be jumping rope. I don't see why they don't. It's another underrated fitness tool.
Well, the mostly underrated stuff is the stuff that's actually hard, and the stuff that it makes
it's like it's like the barbell squat. You don't see people. You go to the gym, you don't see enough people doing the barbell squat because it's hard.
Yep.
And in fact, I was telling a student of mine today. His name is Kojo, and he wants to do leg press. And I said, no, we don't use the leg press in here. And he was like, why? I was like, go squat. He was like, I don't like the squat. I said, you know why people don't like the squat? He was like, why? Because it's hard. So I got at his ego, and then he went and he started squatting. Stairs, if you do them properly, if you work hard, they're brutal. They're brutal. I mean, they have you on the floor. And I think that's one reason why people shy away from them. Another thing is you're indoors, so people might shy away from it for that reason, and that's my biggest gripe against stair training is the air quality. The air quality inside stairwells is very poor, and that's why I love hill sprints. Because I'm also an outdoor. I love outdoor training, just because you're outdoors, fresh air, sunshine. It just feels different. It's night and day. But I also learned a lot in stair training. There's so many other things I learned, just spirit-wise, and I actually have a whole section in my stairs book on what I learned from my spirit when I was doing stair training, because it actually helped me stay in good physical condition when I was going through a tough time, recovering from hernia surgery. I basically loved bodybuilding, and that was taken away from me, and so stairs allowed me to stay fit, because I became depressed because I couldn't go to the gym. That was very hard for me. So
yep, definitely. Well, man, I mean, that's awesome. So give us your website so that people get. I mean, if anybody's watching on the webcast, as most of you guys are, and if you click that link below, you can get taken to Virgil's page, and on there's you can sign up for 3 free videos, and if you like his product, go ahead and purchase it, give it a try. What's your guarantee on that one, Virgil? If they don't like it?
Absolutely, 60 days. If they don't like it, just send me an email, and you get your money back. I guarantee you'll like it. But it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. If you don't like it, you get your money back, and definitely a viable fitness tool. And at the very least, check out the free videos, because you're going to learn a lot in just those 3 free videos. And I know some people have problems with the PDF files, the workout programs that I put together for you guys. If you couldn't open your PDF, just shoot me an email or shoot Ryan an email, and we'll get that PDF to you, because I know some people like to read, check out the workouts and read stuff on stairs, and they're actually really good PDFs, and they go into why some of the signs of why stair training is a viable fitness tool and one of the best fitness tools out there.
Definitely. And if anybody emailed me today, I got about 50 emails today. So I'm kind of going through one by one and sending my PDF version off to them, but I got a little backed up on the email today and trying to prepare for this call, so I haven't forgot about it. But Virgil, man, thanks again for your time, dude. It was awesome having you on the call.
Oh, you're welcome, man. And anytime you want to talk stair training or anything other fitness stuff, I'd be happy to come on. You guys, you're doing a great job, Ryan, with this program of yours, and sharing and helping people get healthier and more fit. Just sharing ideas on how to do it. You're a valuable resource, my friend.
Oh, thank you, man. Well, I always say that. I mean, most people don't understand how hard it is to get a lot of you guys on the phone.
I hear you, man. I hear you, but you do a great job of it, man. And I hope that you keep it up, because it's definitely a value. You're providing a valuable service to people that want to get healthy and fit. Even me, I listen to some of the interviews, so.